Heimbach, Nagel, Superintendent Sell, Jefferson, Schneider, Rhodey, and Miller. Attendance. Do changes.
Article 1, paragraph 2 was in your initial proposal, and we just stated that that should stay as is to include who we have been including for a number of years. Any discussion? No. Okay. Paragraph 4, I just left in the stuff we agreed to, so we all knew what that was. Article 2 for teacher grievance, we said to leave that in the negotiated agreement versus just in policy. Article 3 is just the things that we agreed to, section 6 for the job description, and then section 10, changing half hour to 30 minutes. Article 4, so section 1, the max credits to 80. We talked about yesterday, leaving this as it currently is, so we can move this money and apply towards TFFR, and then increase to the base, sort of the same rationale. We want to take that money and apply that towards TFFR as well. Section 3, it's just the eliminating 4 / combining with 6 for like the hiring or elimination of coach advisors, kind of how it'll be deemed, how it will be decided if they would get an assistant or would get extra pay if they don't have that assistant. We said yes to that language that Monica added in her email, so I just added that directly from the email into there. Short-term leave of absence, we brought that initial proposal, and we're okay with what you guys proposed to us. We're okay with accepting that.
For section 5 for the health insurance and section 6 for the TFFR. We spent a lot of time yesterday going on and on this, and so the way that our rationale and our way of thinking is this. Okay, so we have 17 people right now that either get the payout or have the tradition, which makes up more than half of our representation. Okay, and we're going to take $2,000 or a little bit more in terms of the payout out of their pockets per year. And it's going to be a really tough sell to get this approved by OEA if we don't put $2,000 back into their pocket. I understand that you took the money, you took the savings that you guys get and applied it to the TFFR. And I understand that, and that's the way that you did it. And yep, I get it. But just from an honest standpoint, it's going to be tough for us to approve it if we're taking $2,000 out of people's pockets and not putting $2,000 back in some capacity. And so, like, I know that for you guys, managing your liability from an insurance standpoint is probably beneficial, and it might end up making you more money or saving you more money in the long run, but costing you more money up front. And the difference in that is kind of where we're at. And so we're not asking for full TFFR in the first year, but by the time we get done with this 2-year contract, that is what we're looking at. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a tough sell. To be just being 100% honest with you, like we wouldn't feel good about taking this to OEA and saying, well, we're going to take money out of your pocket, but we're not going to put the same amount of money back in another capacity. It's going to be tough to get people on board with that idea.
And I realize that, but you guys also have to understand that our funding is not there.
I get it.
So you guys' proposal, we cannot sustain that. It's gonna be great.
Okay. So then we would revert back to don't change the insurance and have a percent of TFFR.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, being as we got this last night, Sheila and I cannot meet without it being a meeting because we are a committee. So we're gonna have to go into executive session of caucus to talk about this because we have not. We can't speak about this outside of. We haven't had a chance to.
Okay.
So I guess either we go and caucus about it or we dismiss the meeting and set another one. Because I feel like even if we come back with something, we're not gonna come to an agreement today, so. So. Makes sense to you guys, or what are your preferences, I guess?
Well, can we,
Would you like us to come back and we can discuss today and then we decide from there if we want?
yeah, I mean, take some time, and I mean, we're here, so. We might as well, like, go and talk about it and see if we can come to anything. But just like I said, for us, it's tough it's going to be tough for us to get approval from OEA. When over half of our members are losing 2,000, but they're not getting 2,000 back. And I understand the constraints that you're in, but if that's kind of where we're at with it, so, and if that's not where we're at with it, then we just eliminate the talk of insurance and go back, because we have to do something with it too. It's mandated.
Right,
So, like,
exactly.
whatever that is, we have to do something with
Right.
it. You know what I mean? So like. Then, that's really the discussion. Pretty
And in
much.
year two, that insurance is a big wild card to get.
Oh, I understand your, we're not like judging the constraints.
Yeah, no, I know.
And- But it's just one of those, like, for us, it's really tough for us to justify, we're gonna take $2,000 out of your pocket, and we're gonna put $1,000 back in. I understand you have a funding issue, but it's gonna be hard for us to sell that. And get, you know, again, because it affects more than half of the people in OEA.
Right.
You know, or more than half of our teachers. So it's good. I get the constraints, I understand the issues, you know, but from our standpoint, it's like, no, I don't know what that looks like on your end. You know what I mean? Well, I do know what it looks like on your end, but I don't know how you guys would like to proceed. But like, just talking about from our end, it's like, that's tough for us to. I honestly don't think it will pass. Like, if we brought your initial proposal,
Uh-huh.
I don't see how that would be voted yes. Like, I'm not 100% sure if it's like this, if we could probably get this through. You know what I mean? But I'm not 100% on that, to be just completely transparent with you. But I'm fairly confident the initial way is like, I don't foresee that going. Not saying that you don't have constraints, and yep, I get all the funding, yep. But it is, that's kind of where we're at with it. I don't know how we,
Do you foresee our discussions lasting longer than 20 minutes? Because if so, then we can report through the regular session.
Yes.
So, right now, because on the agenda is teacher negotiation strategy, this item may be discussed in executive session only when an open meeting would have an adverse fiscal effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the board. The legal authority for closing this portion of the meeting is North Dakota Century Code Section 44-4-19. At 1 subsection 9, the topic or purpose of this executive session is teacher negotiation strategy. The executive session will be recorded. All members of the governing body are reminded to limit the discussion during the executive session to the announced topic. The prohibition on taking final action during the executive session does not apply to providing guidance or instructions to our negotiators. We will now ask the members of the public who are attending the meeting to leave the room. We anticipate adjourning the executive session and reconvening the open portion of the meeting at approximately
At 8:15.
8:15 a.m.
Just throw a number out there.
All right, so we will ask the members of the public to leave. Shannon, if you could stay, Ellen, if you could stay, please.
We'll try to come back.
Run and tell them what time we are leaving into the executive session.
Yep, the minutes will show that the executive session began at 7:42 a.m. Superintendent Sale, Business Manager Jefferson, Board Members, and Nagel. Okay, so, what we would like to do at this point is go through everything that we've agreed upon and have Kayla and Sheila initial those. Those are done and out of the way. The rest of it, we have decided we need to meet with her and share board on. So we want to schedule for Friday. Our negotiations on that agenda. Because of how busy this week is, we just don't know if we can get to a special meeting before then. Are we going to try to get a special meeting before then?
Oh, I was gonna look at my calendar. Hang on a second.
We will let you know if we can get a special meeting in before then. But with the financial aspect of this and the situation that we're in, with the finances, we believe that this needs to be right for the entire board at this time. So. Question?
So no counter proposal in this.
Which
Okay,
copy you guys gonna use?
I have the same issue, but I'm just gonna follow on.
Oh, just, I need you guys to just to vote the initial what we've all agreed to, so if you wanna go through it first and then.
right,
Payroll.
okay,
So,
so Article 1, Paragraph 2, leaving it as is. Okay, that, we've already initialed Paragraph 4, right?
Yep.
And grievance will be as is. And Section 3, right?
Yep.
And then the short term leave of absence. Pretty much everything but dollars, right?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm gonna really bring something that's not even something else.
I remember when.
At 8:06 AM.